ಶಾಸಕರು ಶ್ರೀ ಅರವಿಂದ ಬೆಲ್ಲಾದ್, ಶ್ರೀ ಶಂಕರ ಪಾಟೀಲ್, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ದೇಶಪಾಂಡೆ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಉದ್ಘಾಟಿಸಲು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದೆ. ವಿದೇಶದಿಂದ ಮುರಳಿ ತಾಯ್ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯಾಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಿರುವ ದೇಶಪಾಂಡೆ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾನದಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. देशपांडे फाउंडेशन के इस आवासीय कौशल प्रशिक्षण केंद्र के उद्घाटन के अवसर पर आप सभी महानुभावों के बीच में उपस्थित होने का सुयोग मिला. मैं प्रसन्नता का अनुभव कर रहा हूँ. आई रियली फील वेरी वेरी हैप्पी in my heart of hearts that I am here to be part of this फाउंडेशन इम्पोर्टेंट फंक्शन. अपने सामने बैठे इन युवा चेहरों का देखकर आपके और देश के भविष्य के प्रति आशान्वित हूँ. आपकी ऊर्जा, आपकी रचनात्मकता, भविष्य के प्रति आपकी आशाओं अपेक्षाओं महसूस कर सकता हूँ. आप ही देश का भविष्य है. यू आर द फ्यूचर, द यंगस्टर्स ऑफ द कंट्री. You are the future of Karnataka. You are the future of भारत, इंडिया. भारत एक युवा और आकांक्षी देश है. यहाँ की 65% जनसंख्या 35 वर्ष से कम आयु का है. एक अनुमान के अनुसार अगले दशक में लगभग 250 मिलियन युवा रोजगार की तलाश में अर्थव्यवस्था में शामिल होंगे. We have a huge demographic dividend. India is one of the country which is 65% of the Indian population are below 35 years. 50% of the Indian population are below 25 years. That's a great demographic dividend we have. It's an opportunity. It's also a challenge. We have to make our children educated. We have to make our children education do not mean only getting degree, or education do not mean only for employment. Education is for enhancement of knowledge. Education is for enlightenment. Education is for empowerment. Keeping that in mind, all our students during the course of their education, they should get enlightened, their knowledge should be enhanced, and they should become employable also. For getting employability, you need to have skilling. We have the high time that we revisit our education policy and see to it that schooling and skilling go together. It must be made mandatory in every school. I remember when I was a student, we used to have a craft class in the school, craft class. Life skill education was there. It was given up. And we used to have a gardening class to be friendly with nature, because you have to love and live with the nature. Nature, culture together for better future. That's my advice to all the youngsters. You have to practice living with the nature, sun, moon, not your own sun, but our sun, including your sun, moon, the land, the soil, the water, the greenery. We must be friendly with all this. This is called as nature. If you take care of the nature, nature will take care of you. That's why I said nature, culture together for a better future. This is my advice number one to the children, to the younger generation of the country. It's very much necessary. We have misbehaved with the nature. We have now spoiled all the rivers, rivulets, tanks, small water bodies. Now the time has come, we have to reconstruct, regenerate those water bodies. We have to cut all the trees. Now we are planting trees again. Not only planting, protecting trees also is important. And third one is we have to take care of environment, which is becoming a major threat to the humanity. Climate change is becoming real. You are seeing untimely rains, cyclones, droughts, floods. Karnataka alternatively is having flood as well as drought also. You are suffering with water problem, with all the rivers being here also. So these are all because of we have been very unkind to the nature. Nature is showing its fury. So please be friendly with the nature. This is also my advice. And secondly, while getting educated, you must also have proper education. That's why I said there is a need to revisit education. Kothari Commission, now Kasturi Rangan Commission, these recommendations are very good. We have to conclude discussions on this educational new system and come to conclusion and see to it that the new policy is implemented the earliest. And the new policy must have skilling, and skilling must be scaling also, because you are a huge population of 130 crore. So here and there, small skilling is not sufficient. The Prime Minister has taken an initiative to have skill development ministry. It is the duty of the center and state government to see that the children are skilled enough in all the skills. And then you must also have, I remember when a student, we used to have NCC, NSS, and then we used to have a PT class. No PT, because the school do not have ground. Schools are run in multi-storied buildings. So where is the activity? No physical activity at all. And then we used to have moral science. Now science continues, morals have been given up. It is time again we bring back the morals to education system. The decay in public life, from parliament to panchayat, from municipality to the other level, the reason is because of decay of values and morals. So we must bring back morals to the new education system and make it mandatory to go through moral science also. Moral education. We children must be taught about the history. What is the history of Karnataka? Who is Kitturu Rani Chennamma? Who is Basaveswar? Who is Veerapandya Kattabomman? Who is Sangoli Rayanna? Who is Allur Sitaramarazu, Jhansi Lakshmibai, Bhagat Singh, Rajaguru, Sukadev, Subhash Chandra Bose, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Madan Mohan Malaviya. Many of the children do not know many of these things because they are no longer part of the history. We were taught British-inspired history because we have been under colonial rule for long. The English people came, not only ruled us, ruined us, cheated some of our minds also. Some of us are suffering with that mania now. Learning English is good, but don't become an Englishman. You are an Indian. It has to be remembered by one and all. That's why I told the children when I was saying good morning, I said, small change. Don't say good morning. If you say good morning, in the afternoon you have to say good afternoon. In the evening you have to say good evening. In the night you say good night. You don't know if it's going to be good night or bad night. Simple thing is very simple. Morning, evening, afternoon, night. Namaskara. Namaskara is our samskara. Say it in English, Namaskara. That should be a part of our thinking. My daughter runs a school. I saw, she said medium is English, but culture is Indian. We have to live, because the Indian culture is the most respected, recognized culture worldwide. One of the ancient civilizations of 10,000 years of civilization. The way of living. We must protect, propagate, feel proud of the way we live and make correctives, whatever distortions that have come in between because of the colonial rule and also change of mindset and all. Then, my dear youngsters, the need of the hour is the youngster should be disciplined. You should be hard-working, and you should utilize this opportunity of getting the skilling with all the devotion and dedication and determination for a better future. This is for your future. This Deshpandeji, Guru Raj Deshpande and his family living in Boston, caring about India, caring about the motherland, caring about Hubli, Dharwad, this area, having come here, setting up this institute, is a noble initiative taken. I appreciate really Mr. Guru Raj Deshpande and Srimati Jayasri Deshpande and other members inspired by their father Srinivas Deshpande. This is what is required. Some of you, after education, may also think of going abroad. Earlier I used to say, don't go abroad. There is demand here. But now I say, we have enough population. If you want to go, go. But remember three things. Go, learn, earn, and return. If not physically, financially return and help the country. That is our duty. You will be able to enjoy better if you earn something, learn something, and then spend it, return it to the people. In our daughters, in our sisters, your mother, brother, grandmother, grandfather. If they're all happy, you can see them and you can feel happy. Simply living there and sending photograph will not make them happy. Doing something here for the motherland, that is the duty of every citizen. That's why I compliment Sri Gururaj Deshpande, even living in Boston. He is thinking about his country, his state, his people. This is a noble initiative. And that too thinking about the rural people. I am a farmer, son of a farmer. I feel proud. मैं किसान हूँ, किसान का बेटा हूँ. मैं गर्व महसूस करता हूँ. कारण क्या है, देश गांव में रहते. Country lives in the villages even after so much urbanization. Even so much urbanization, migration. Still, 60% of the people are living in rural areas. It is our duty. Mahatma Gandhi, after independence, gave two advices. One is to, of course, the party. I don't want to mention politics now. The second advice he said is back to villages. But unfortunately, many of our leaders have shown their back to village and moved towards towns. The result is urban-rural divide. Agriculture is becoming unviable. It is the duty of the government, center and state, policy makers, and also Niti Ayog, agriculture universities, Krishi Vijnana Kendras, to see that the agriculture is made profitable. Agriculture is made viable. Agriculture is a basic culture. We must protect that culture. So I am very happy that Deshpande Foundation is taking care of the rural people by providing them techniques to store the water, rainwater harvesting, and conserving the water for better use, reduce, reuse, recycle. The water is the need of the hour, because in future you are going to have water problems everywhere. So that being the case, this is another good initiative. Young men and women entering into the labor market looking for jobs without skills is not going to help. I am not giving that figures because अभी प्रहलाद जोशी जी ने आपको बताया विस्तार में दुनिया भर कैसा लोग आगे बढ़ रहे, हमारे देश में स्थिति क्या है. कारण क्या है, हमने हमारे एजुकेशन में स्किलिंग को जितना प्राथमिकता देना था उतना प्राथमिकता नहीं दे पाया. Now the time has come. I am happy that the government of India and government of the state, both Narendra Modi ji and Yediyurappa ji, even for that matter all state governments of different parties, they are all realizing the skilling need and also focusing enough. But it has to be much more focused. It has to be accelerated because, as I told you, the challenges are many, the population is more, the youth number is increasing, and opportunities also are there. Now that you are living in an era of LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. It gives you opportunities, it also throws you challenges. Because what is being said here in Hubli is just known in Hong Kong in a few minutes. It will be known in Holland in a few minutes, Poland in a few more minutes. And then people can come here, people can go. Now you are allowing 100% FDI, foreign direct investment. So people can come and compete with you. You can also go and compete with them. So opportunities are many. For that opportunities, you must have enough foundation. You must have enough skilling. इस आवश्यकता की पूर्ति के लिए प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी ने नेतृत्व में सरकार ने एक अलग कौशल विकास और उद्यमिता मंत्रालय की स्थापना की है. सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, इस आदर्श को पूरा करने के लिए 2015 में राष्ट्रीय कौशल और उद्यमिता नीति का घोषणा की गई. उस वर्ष राष्ट्रीय कौशल विकास मिशन का भी शुभारंभ किया गया. मैं उस समय शहरी विकास मंत्री थे. इस मिशन के तहत कौशल विकास मंत्रालय के अतिरिक्त केंद्र सरकार के 20 मंत्रालय विभाग 40 से अधिक कौशल विकास कार्यक्रम चल रहा है. ये और तेजी से चलना है. मुझे यह जानकर हर्ष है कि प्रतिवर्ष 1 करोड़ लोग राष्ट्रीय कौशल विकास मिशन के तहत विभिन्न कार्यक्रमों में प्रशिक्षण पा रहा है। लगभग 87 लाख 87 लाख युवाओं को प्रधानमंत्री कौशल विकास योजना के अंतर्गत प्रशिक्षण दिया जा चुका है। बट दैट अलोन इज नॉट सफिशिएंट because of the challenge you have of the population. You need to produce crores of youngsters with the skills. I am told that recognition of prior learning has been introduced to give formal recognition to prior informal skills and learning experience of an individual. Till date, more than 26 lakh people have been oriented under the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Today, we have more than 681 Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Kendras across the country. This program should not be left to government alone. Unfortunately, over the years, politicians have tempted us with temporary schemes, temporary programs, populistic programs they are called. Populistic programs are not going to solve the problems. You need to have permanent poverty alleviation programs. You need to skill people. There is a saying, you teach him to learn how to catch a fish, but don't give him fish. If you give him fish in the afternoon, he will say, what about the fish for the night? Free. And then every party will compete. I will give 2 fish, I will give you 3 fish, I will give you cooked fish. Matlab nahi hai. You have to teach them how to catch a fish. That is what is required. Free bees are not going to solve the problems. Free power means first low power, then no power. No power is free power only. And loan waivers are not the permanent solutions. You must make agriculture viable. You must make farmers produce more. You must make farmers to store enough. You must take care of the rural godowns, cold storage units and perishable transport carriers, and you need to provide them adequate loan, credit, timely, affordable, cheaper credit. You must also give them new ideas, new techniques, and also give them better marketing facilities. You need to have a multi-pronged approach. Before that, infrastructure, road, electricity, and then water. These are the basic requirements. So these requirements should also be taken care not only by the government, by the people also. दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है हमारे देश में राजनेताओं ने हमको ऐसा आदत बनाया, सब काम सरकार करेगा, हम बेकार बैठे तो चलेगा. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. Everything cannot be done by the government. You can't expect the government to do it alone. We people has to participate in that. This is the people's participation. Deshpande Foundation is working in the peaceful people's participation, making the people to work. And I am also happy that Gururaj told me that the farmers also will pay something, contribute, so that they develop some interest. Otherwise, somebody is giving, let him give. Mindset is not good. So that's why all the programs I suggest to the youngsters and all to people, this Swachh Bharat, Make in India, Skill India, Digital India, Green India, Incubation, Innovation, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Beti Badhao, per drop more crop, then Fitness India, Yoga, all these programs must become people's movement. इसको एक जन आंदोलन का रूप देना है. इस जन आंदोलन का रूप देने में स्वयं सेवक संगठनों का भूमिका महत्वपूर्ण है. ये जन आंदोलन देने के पक्ष में जनता को मोबिलाइज करने के दिशा में देशपांडे फाउंडेशन काम कर रहे हैं, और हम सब लोग देशपांडे फाउंडेशन को साथ देना चाहिए. केवल सहानुभूति व्यक्त करने से होगा नहीं, सहानुभूति के साथ साथ सहायता भी करना. सहायता पैसा के रूप में करना ऐसा कोई जरूरी नहीं, पैसा देने तो अलग, बट सहायता उसमें भाग लेना, उसमें प्रोत्साहित करना, ये बहुत जरूरी है. ऑल दिस प्रोग्राम्स, एज आई टोल्ड यू, दीज आर ऑल प्रोग्राम्स फॉर सोसाइटल मोबिलाइजेशन. These are all programs for the transformation of the nation. Prime Minister gave a 3-line program: reform, perform, transform. Transformation of the nation, that is required. We are a mighty country. We are the largest democratic and parliamentary democracy in the world. We have human capital. We have good intelligence. This land, this water, this air, something is special. People who are trained here, they are getting international recognition. Geeta Gopinath, International Monetary Fund, She is the chief advisor. Now you have Satya Nadella, you have Narayana Murthy, you have many examples like this. Sundara Pichai, Indira Nooyi. You have so many examples here. They are now recognized worldwide, respected because of the talent. टैलेंट को थोड़ा अपग्रेड करे तो इसका इंटरनेशनल रिकग्निशन भी मिलेगा एंड देन ज़्यादा सा आपको अपॉर्चुनिटीज भी मिलेगा. दैट इज द मैसेज आई वांट टू गिव. दैट्स व्हाई देयर इज एवरी नीड टू हैव स्किल मैन पावर. फॉर दैट यू नीड टू हैव स्किलिंग इन स्कूलिंग एंड इन एजुकेशन एंड यू नीड टू see that voluntary organizations also take part in this in a massive manner. Every morning I have been there to the yoga program. Yoga is a exercise of mind and body. It brings unity, what is badly required for the country. Unity of mind and body. Yoga is for your body, not because of Modi. You have to understand that. Some people think ये तो प्रधानमंत्री का कार्यक्रम है. प्रधानमंत्री का नहीं है, देश का कार्यक्रम है. हमारा सबके लिए कार्यक्रम है. स्वच्छ भारत हो या बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ हो या जैसा मैंने कहा पर ड्रॉप मोर क्रॉप or storing the water, these are all national programs. If they have to be national programs, then people participation is very vital. The training millions of youth has many challenges. In that, as I told you, the government and the private and public must participate together. India is a diverse country in terms of geography, in terms of language, in terms of religion, in terms of income. Prior inclusive and equitable growth, it is imperative that all sections of society are benefited by the skill development program. Few smart cities, few high-rise buildings, few Bangalores, few Hublis alone will not suffice. You need to create opportunities everywhere. You need to see that everybody become partner in the developmental story of the country. हर एक व्यक्ति को ऐसा लगना है मुझे भी कुछ है इस देश का विकास में, इस सिस्टम में मेरा भी कुछ है, रिफॉर्म्स में मेरा भी कुछ है, योगदान है. ये भावना हर एक नागरिक में पैदा करना बहुत जरूरी है और केवल सरकार के ऊपर छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. इंट्रोड्यूसिंग वोकेशनल एजुकेशन एज पार्ट ऑफ द करिकुलम इज एसेंशियल टू क्रिएट एन इकोसिस्टम that produces skilled manpower. The government and the industry must create full factors to attract workers for skilling training. Presently, the employer does not distinguish whether the employee has picked up skills on the job or has acquired them through formal courses. This can be changed by giving preference to the workers with formal skill certification during the recruitment process. Similarly, the government may set a criteria in the tendering process to compulsorily include a minimum percentage of certified skilled workforce for every manpower intensive project funded by the government. We must not forget India still remains predominantly agriculture economy. So focus on agriculture is equally important. I would urge upon the skill development institutions and their faculty to sensitize trainees on the paramount importance of protecting environment during their courses and workshops. My dear youngsters, faculty members, the reality is that the world around is changing rapidly. Earlier, a person who could not count currency notes or do mental math quickly was valued by banks. Now, with the currency counting machines and ATMs and computers being deployed in every small and large bank, those skills are becoming less valued. Automation has meant that several industries will have to adopt and train their existing employee base by upgrading their skills. Every company, big or small, every office must also take up upgradation of the skills for their employees, for their workers. Emergence of disruptive technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, ML, are changing the way in which many complex problems across different sectors are solved. With the economy becoming more and more global and jobs demanding technological proficiency, the demand for skilled manpower is increasing manyfold. Therefore, we have to train our youth according to the 21st century requirements. In this context, I would like to urge the industry to establish strong and effective linkage with colleges and education institutions. Like in the West, big companies, they join hands with the universities. But in India, that practice is very not that much popular. We have to focus on that. I appeal to the industry, please join the universities, strengthen them, join the research and development. Research ultimately is for the benefit of the common people, making them more comfortable and happy. So it is our duty. We have to understand that skilling itself is not sufficient to unlock the inherent potential of our demographic dividend. There has to be a complete ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship to thrive. हमें अपने युवाओं में उद्यमिता भावना को प्रेरित प्रोत्साहित करना है और इस दिशा में अटल इनोवेशन स्कीम भारत की उद्यमिता और इनोवेशन की जरूरतों को पूरा करने में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान कर सकती है। स्किल इंडिया, डिजिटल इंडिया, मुद्रा योजना, स्टार्टअप इंडिया, स्टैंड अप इंडिया, मेक इन इंडिया जैसा कार्यक्रम इस दिशा में बहुत सहायक होंगे। मैं निजी क्षेत्र से भी आग्रह करूंगा कि वे युवाओं को 21वीं सदी के जरूरत के अनुसार नई तकनीकों, नव कौशल में प्रशिक्षित करने में सहयोग करें। मुझे बताया गया कि यह केंद्र देश का सबसे बड़ा आवासीय कौशल प्रशिक्षण केंद्र होगा, देश पांडे फाउंडेशन, जिसमें हर वर्ष 5000 युवा प्रशिक्षण पा सकेंगे, जिनमें 60% महिला होगी। ये भी बहुत प्रसन्नता की बात है। We must give importance to women. They are 50% of the population. By ignoring women, you can't have inclusive growth. You need to bring them into the mainstream, focus enough. If you give an opportunity, they will also excel. We have seen in our country also. And this automation, it cannot be now reversed. You need to learn the technique. And you must go further. You must go for online. Why online? So that there is no line. Online, to end the line. No need to stand in line. Going and meeting and greeting, shaking hand and doing something in between hand, there should not be any necessity. If you go online, you apply online, you get reply online. Finish. No need for middleman. The Prime Minister is moving in that direction. We must all really move in that direction. Yesterday we were hearing the budget speech. I don't want to get into politics. Simple. How many lakhs of people have joined the tax structure newly? How the GST is making its own impact. People are becoming conscious. You pay the tax and free, live happily. You don't pay the tax and you will be thinking when that man is going to come, when the raid is going to take place. All this. So the need of the hour is going online. Secondary DBT, direct benefit transfer. Everything must reach the farmer, the poor people, without the need for middleman. Direct benefit transfer, for that only way is JAM, Jana Dhana, bank account, Aadhaar, identity, mobile. Jana Dhana, Aadhaar, mobile. You get the money directly into your mobile and it automatically reaches bank. Late Rajiv Gandhi, former Prime Minister, with a good intention he said once, if I send 100 rupees from Delhi, by the time it reaches Hubli, Dharwad or Nargun, only 15 rupees are reaching. It was a comment made with a concern for the system. So we have to understand, we must see to it, 100 rupees from Delhi means 100 rupees must reach the Gully. That should be the aim. And the skilling must move in that direction. The JAM, the bank accounts are open now. Lot of people are now using the banking system. More and more bank, more and more digital transaction, more and more skilling of the people. That is what is required. My dear youngsters, you have a bright future. Work hard, aim high, dream high. Dream high, aim high, work hard. Without working, simply dreaming, will be daydreaming. It's like a cinema. Cinema comes 3 hours. Beautiful, colorful, enjoyable. After 3 hours, no hero, no heroine. And we come back to our position. Cinema is entertainment. But in life, if you want to see that your dreams become real, you have to work hard. This is what Dr. Kalam has said. If you work hard, you can come up. And my other advice to all the youngsters is first learn Kannada. Learn your mother tongue first. 5 विषयों के बारे में हर एक व्यक्ति ध्यान देना। पहला, mother. Remember mother forever. Mother includes father also. Woman, W-O-M-A-N, man is there. So no differentiation. Second, पहला माँ, दूसरा जन्मभूमि, the place where you are born. Always remember, do something back to society. 3, मातृभाषा, जो भाषा माँ के गर्भ से आया, कन्नड़ा, तेलुगु, तमिल, मलयाली, मराठी, असमी, पंजाबी, भोजपुरी, कश्मीरी, डोगरी, उर्दू, any language. Should never forget. घर में आपस में बातचीत करते समय मातृभाषा में ही बोलना, ये प्रैक्टिस होना। घर में पड़ोसी के साथ आप बाहर गया, उनको कन्नड़ा मालूम नहीं, उनसे बात करते समय दूसरी भाषा में बात करते, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। और चौथा, मातृभाषा। इसलिए मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, मैंने इसको एक मिशन के रूप में लिया देश भर में, सब इलाका में, यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में, IITs में, IIITs में, IIM में, जहाँ भी मैं जा रहा हूँ सबको बता रहा हूँ, मातृभाषा इस हमेशा याद रखना चाहिए। मैं चाहता हूँ आगे भविष्य में अपना पढ़ाई मातृभाषा में हो, शुरुआत में अपना रिसर्च मातृभाषा में हो, अपना विधानसभा का बहस मातृभाषा में हो, अपना हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट का भी आर्ग्यूमेंट, काउंटर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स पहले मातृभाषा में हो, ट्रांसलेशन हो जाएगा। प्रशासन मातृभाषा में होना चाहिए। देखिए गांव में रहने वाले लोगों को, कितना लोगों को अंग्रेजी मालूम है जी? करेक्टर कौन सी भाषा में बात करना, गजेट नोटिफिकेशन कौन सी भाषा में रिलीज करना, मातृभाषा। सेकंड, इंग्लिश, नो प्रॉब्लम। सो मातृभाषा आपका अंक ऐसा है। मदर टंग इज लाइक योर आई साइट। जो दूसरी भाषा, पराई भाषा इज लाइक योर स्पेक्टिकल्स। इफ यू हैव आई साइट, देन यू हैव बेटर साइट बाय वेयरिंग स्पेक्टिकल्स। इफ यू डोंट हैव साइट, इवन इफ यू वेयर रेबॉन ग्लास, जुबान से कुछ आता नहीं। यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस। सो फोकस ऑन मदर टंग, बी प्रोफिशिएंट, and then motherland, the country which has given you this beautiful birth, irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion and region, India is one. अटक से लेकर कटक तक, कन्याकुमारी से लेकर कश्मीर तक, सारी भारत एक है। हम भारत का संतान है। मुसलमान हो, क्रिश्चियन हो, फॉरवर्ड हो, बैकवर्ड हो, हम सब लोग भारत का संतान है। सभी हमारा भाई बहन है। उनके साथ प्यार होना चाहिए, कोई भेदभाव नहीं होना। महिला, पुरुष, फॉरवर्ड, बैकवर्ड, माइनॉरिटी, मेजॉरिटी, ऐसा भेदभाव पैदा करने के लिए कुछ लोग प्रयास करते, जरूर प्रयास करते, मगर बताना है अलग भाषा, अलग वेश, फिर भी अपना एक देश। विविधता में एकता, भारत का विशेषता। दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस लैंड। यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दैट। यू हैव टू बी फील प्राउड ऑफ योर कंट्री। भारत माता को जय हो, दैट इज जय हिंद, दैट इज पेट्रियाटिज्म, not the photo alone, to all the people. If you love all of them, if you live for all of them, then that is the real tribute to this country. At the same time, we must follow our culture, our heritage, our traditions, which is given by our forefathers. Our culture, our heritage is very important. Indian culture is the best one. The Indian civilization is the oldest civilization in the world. Religion is personal, but culture is way of life. कल्चर माने संस्कृति है। संस्कृति माने एक जीवन पद्धति है। आदिकाल से, वेद काल से, पुण्यकाल से पुराने उन्होंने जिया और दिया, विरासत में मिला। भारतीयता, जिसको आप भारतीयता कहते हैं, भारतीय नागरिकता, कुछ लोग कहते हैं हिंदू नागरिकता, कुछ लोग कहते हैं इंडियन नागरिकता, सिविलाइजेशन, ये सब एक है। इसका मूल मंत्र सबका साथ, सबका विकास, कोई भेदभाव नहीं दिखाना। This has to be remembered by one and all. At the same time, remember your guru. The guru, ज्ञान देने वाले, जो स्कूल में, कॉलेज में, इंस्टीट्यूट में जो गुरु है, गुरु को हमेशा याद रखना चाहिए। में से सर अभी गूगल आया, गुरु का क्या ज़रूरत है? गूगल में, नेट में कुछ रिपेयर आए तो भी गुरु को बुलाना पड़ेगा। तो गुरु इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। Remember the institution where you are trained and educated. Remember the institution, remember the teachers, remember the founders of this institution, and then move on. There may be temporary economic recession and all. Worldwide it is happening. But India's potential is very strong. The World Bank, the World Economic Forum, Asian Development Bank, International Monetary Fund, everybody is saying if India moves ahead with the reforms, with these foundations, and if there is by and large unity, India will become the third largest economy in the world. That is the future. So be positive. We are a free country, independent country. We should be positive, not negative. Some people are suffering with that mindset. Positive do not mean I'm not saying no, only support government. No, you can support government, oppose government, but in a democratic manner. Even Parliament, Assembly also, I advise the parliamentarians and legislators. Government want to propose, let the government propose. Opposition want to oppose, let the opposition oppose. And let the House dispose. That is the best way. Parliament has to dispose, Assembly has to dispose, and you must go by the verdict of the people. In democracy, verdict of the people, mandate of the people, very important. You have to be tolerant towards the mandate of the people and wait for your turn and work for your turn. This has to be understood. And then we should not resort to violence. My last advice is don't resort to violence. Violence is going to obstruct your future. Country means Narendra Modi. State means Yediyurappa or Chatterjee or Prahalad Joshi. उनका नहीं है ना, आपका future भी. किराए बढ़ेगा. If you destroy a bus, then किराए बढ़ेगा. If you destroy public property, tax बढ़ेगा. Simple, common sense. So violence has no place. And a democracy, ballot is more powerful than bullet. This has to be understood by all. This is an outdated philosophy by some people, that power comes through barrel of the gun. No, it will not come. The power comes through ballot, and it will go with ballot. So be confident about the system. Be constructive, not obstructive.